So athletes watch game film, and it helps them learn things both about themselves and their opponents. Self-diagnosing what you can do wrong. For instance, like a golfer can watch a slow-mo of his swing and diagnose, okay, what part is he doing wrong? What's wrong with his form that he's not getting the distance he wants? Same thing with team-based sports and watching your opponent. I know my son watches basketball film of his opponent and realizes, hey, that player, when you force him to go right, he either gets stuffed or blocked 93% of the time. So I will not let him go left. So seeing those sorts of trends is helpful. And you don't need a YouTube channel. If you want to start a YouTube channel, go for it. But you don't need to have that as a goal, as producing content like I do and putting it out there, to have benefit of filming yourself. And one of the things that I've learned over the last, I don't know, I've done a lot of content here on, it was really five different creeks here in the last month, is that these fish, when they are post-spawn, are all over the place in all sorts of different sizes, but the biggest ones are eating finesse in the deeper pools. The deeper pools, frequently with an outside bend, but not always. Not always. And I can make up, rationale for why it is, but I just know that the deeper pools is where they want to be. Deeper pools in these creeks. It's not necessarily where they spawned. They can spawn in all sorts of places. But post-spawn, it's just the easier, lazier place to have a concentration. Yes, you can find big fish outside of that, but there are concentration of bigs in the deeper parts of the longer pools, and they eat finesse the best. It should not be this late into the season, and I'm totally comfortable in a hooded sweatshirt. I know a week from now we'll have like 86 degrees and it'll be like, oh man, remember how nice it was to be in a hooded sweatshirt? Yep, it is as clear as I've seen it in quite some time. All right, I'm not to the deep part yet. Like, I'm still here at the ramp, but I'm going to swim this, see what's in this pool, because I just spotted a big cruising, so maybe I don't have to go that far. So I was swimming the 7-inch into jerk shad through some really nice looking water. Nothing. I've been swimming this one, the 5, so that's a downshift in size. Nothing. Do I have to downshift to dead stick? I might. I was pretty sure I was going to have to drag up through this, but I think I lucked out. I'm right at the end of a long, deep pool, and I'm pretty careful to make sure I fish the last of it very thoroughly. Nothing is chasing, nothing's even slowly following it back. Such a change from when we had stain and higher flow. Oh, yep. All right, that was the first one. He threw it on the jump with the 7-incher in a place I wouldn't have, like, it was It was deep into the list of places I would have thought they'd be. It's the shallow side. Interesting. That's where the fish was. I mean, if you look around, it is shallow, sandy. There's a little rock right there, but like clearly, man, the more dynamic, interesting bank with shade and rock and outside bend and more depth is there. Why is he here? Huh. So that bite that I got wasn't a bite. It was just like, okay, I feel some weight, just like that. Ooh, yes. GoPro, start recording. And it's kind of crazy that as I'm explaining it, you know, and it's, I mean, I've been fishing a long time and this is the first one. Just not the aggressive bite that we've had. I mean, you've been watching the videos that just popped right out. So, I don't know, like what are you? Like 15 and a half incher. My videos have started out like bam, 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 fish, fish, fish. Like it's just, and it's the flow. I believe the flow, you know, the heavier flow just gets them aggressive. And you know, this is as low as I've been out in quite some time. And this is what we get into in summer for sure. And it's a totally different strategy, totally different, you know, mindset. Gonna downshift even more, throw the 4 at them. So the downsizing and dead sticking has not worked. Very little happening, and I think I'm getting ready to try something that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever for the conditions. Ultra Finesse, clear water, post spawn, not aggressive. You know, if they don't want to eat, that's fine. Maybe I can piss them off. Okay, well, I've pissed something off. It's not what I expected. I got a musky on. I really don't want to mess with you, dude. Can you please just get on your own? Because I'd like to keep my Chapo. Here. Well, that makes things exciting. All right, he has, for the most part, yep. Okay, that treble hook's still down there. He has shaken himself out. Hopefully he doesn't shake himself back into being hooked on the side or something. Show you for the camera very briefly. Nice one. I don't even care what the measurement is. I just want to get you back in. That was some fun dome footage of this guy recovering. I don't see him. He must have moved back out to the main pool. But yeah, it's as cool as it is. It makes sense that those guys are that amped up. This water, I mean, it's I should be wet wading, and I'm still in my bibs. So, but yeah, the doubled up on the Ryugi quads, held on to that guy until I got him in the net. He bent this one a little bit. I'll bend that back. But yeah, it's such a, I mean, he had some jumps too. I don't know how he didn't nick the line. I'm gonna retie for sure. I am glad this water is still cool for that animal to recover. You know, summertime they struggle, and they'll sit right in front of the springs. So they actually usually don't stray too far from a spring. And wow, he messed it up because it's doing this all the way back. I got to figure that out. Not surprised. All right, I just adjusted it. Let's see what that does. It's better. It rotated once. I don't know which way to turn it though. I mean, I did some sort of adjustment. If you hit a rock or if you catch a big fish, the central wire in these things can get bent, and if it's not aligned, it's problematic. So just keep your eye on it and make sure that it's not doing these turnovers again and again and again, which puts twist in your line. This one's easy because it's counter shaded, and I can tell, I can tell if it's flashing dark white as it comes back. You can also tell because it's spun up. Let it unspin. All right, I set up this float to check out that hole. It's not a float, it's a, you know what I mean. I don't really, I've been through here before, but I don't really remember what's out here in front of me. I do know, however, that all the way up, and it's a good long run. It was the second hole I wanted to hit. Now, do I make a run and just stop fishing until I hit that spot? Maybe. Man, this Chapo is so messed up from that musky. It's just spinning up everything. I'm cutting it off, and I mean, you can tell it's wrapping the tip. I got so much line twist, and I'm just gonna drag it. I'm gonna motor up and just put as much of this out as I can. Hopefully it'll unspin a little bit of it. Figured out why the muskie's here. Check that out. That for sure is a spring creek dumping in nice cool water. That muskie was like right down there. Shallow, sandy, just not anything that excites me. There's nothing for him to hold on. There was some grass back there, but like, why are they gonna be in that? Like, there's just a ton of that all the way up. Like I can see it on the Google Maps images. Throw the plopper some more, just because it's, say plopper, it's a Chapo, whatever. We'll call it the ploppo. I know it's all shallow. It can't all be shallow, but I don't think there's any depth because of how wide it got. How wide it looks on Google Maps, but like, there's some nice ledgy stuff in here, and just kind of, I'm gonna hip pockets with the jackhammer on the way up. Okay, well, I will tell you, when you start catching these fall fish, which the musky eat, in the eddies, there aren't many smallmouth around. Speaking of the musky, tell me one didn't take a chunk out of him at some point, or at least hold him. Good catfish bait too, very stinky fish. See you later, fall fish. My hands will smell like that most of the rest of the day. Alright, covered a lot of ground on foot. Got some good river garbage to kind of squirrel away for putting in the dumpster when I get home. But what I can see is smooth water, meaning deep water. As soon as that rain get here, I could use it. Could use some, just more water. So you don't need to wait until you're all the way into the slick water up there to expect there to be some big fish around. They'll move down into the skinny stuff that's connected to that big deep slick up there. I'm looking at a fish that's 21 plus. And I just paddled into the first little trench that begins this pool. And all of that was horrible. This is the first example of good looking water. I threw the 7-inch, sent a jerk shad through here, and he didn't go for it. I lost track of him, but that was it's why you fish the end of a pool so carefully. Decent fish on the 4-incher here. The second, oh, you got friends. You got 2 friends with you. 15. 4th fish of the day. I've been out here for 2 hours. Caught basically 2 this size that are smallmouth, 1 fall fish, 1 musky. I think that musky was, I didn't want to stop and measure them because, I don't know, like fighting them is enough. I want to let them recover quickly, get them moving. But I bet you he was 34 inches. Yeah, respectable creek musky. Now those fish, I believe, stay here. I believe they winter in this. There we go. All right, am I just gonna need to 4-inch these fish into eating? That's 2 fish and 2 casts. But I am at the terminus of a pool. Not big fish, but like, you know, it feels good to catch. It's been slow. I had the front anchor on, and then I put the back on because I want to swing down and face where I saw that big fish. So the rear anchor is what I'm swinging on, and it will allow me to look downstream and really focus on what I'm doing. Come on, anchor, should catch. And go. There. It stopped. Okay, that fish was right in there. So I've camped out on this spot for quite some time, hoping I could get that big fish that I spotted to eat, the 4-incher, because, you know, bigs will eat that, absolutely. But let's show you the macro view. This is upstream. It's slick, calm, deep water, not at all this kind of ledgy stuff that I'm getting down into. And I'm going to use the zoom for this to show you that if you look downstream, all of it shallow, ledgy. It ledgy without trenches. It's just bedrock. It's just flat bedrock. Striations the whole way, but no depth. And this was the first depth, this little trench, and that big fish was in there. It's the complete terminus of a long pool. Well, I don't know how long it is, but you know, it's the terminus of a pool. It's so important. I'm just creeping up a little bit at a time. There's no point in having the motor down because all that's going to do is bang and bang and spook fish. This has been maddening because I have been seeing fish and they have been seeing me. Bring my anchor down. The end of this pool is loaded with fish, all sizes. Spooked another big. This is not a big. Not a bad fish though. I mean, probably the biggest of the day. But like, just right up there a second ago, I saw another one that had this tiny little bait in his mouth, but only the tail of it. I actually watched the Elaztec stretch like a rubber band in his mouth, so he only had the tail. I put scent on it, and this one actually held on, so dialed down all the way. Alright, that's the first good one and that was sitting, and I didn't feel anything, it just loaded up. Just got heavy. Nice looking fish. It was worth slowing down, picking apart this end of the pool for this. Finally got a decent fish on the 4-inch scented jerk shad. Yes, dude. I just poured a bunch more of these heads too, but yeah, there's big for the day so far. It still pales in comparison to what I saw in the ledge trench down there when I first got out of the super shallow stuff. 17 and a half. How many of these did I catch the other day in high flow and just not even look twice at it? And today it's like, yes, 17 and a half. See you later, 17 and a half. Don't tell everyone I'm here. He's going to. End of the pool. You're still sitting there. I'm still looking right at you. You're looking at me too. Yep, sizing me up. Why didn't you eat? That one ate. GoPro, start recording. Okay, yeah, that's a good fish. That actually whacked it. That was the first time I've actually felt a hit today. Everything else is just sort of like, there's some weight. There's some weight to it. That's exciting. But it was sitting there quite a while. Oh, that's up heavy. Problem is I'm drifting into where I've been looking at. Hey, I want to come over here and fish these ledges. They're in here. All right, I've left the end of the pool, and at this point I'm just cruising up. Hey, look, there's a creek mouth. I'm cruising up through here and intentionally just seeing who I can spook to kind of get an idea of who's out here. It has all gone fairly shallow, and since the end of the pool I've not spooked anything. So that was the concentration. But this is all connected water to what was back there. So it's okay to speed up, burn through here. We call this crash and learn. We crash the spot to learn if there are any fish. There's one, like a 14 or 15. That's a quillback. I don't know if you can see him. We got a quillback. Interesting. Okay. And yeah, it's as soon as we get into this ledge structure that has a little bit of a trench above it. Maybe I should fish this right here. I crashed it. I learned something. Now I'm going to cast on it. Might as well chuck and wind and see what you find with the full-size regular goat. I'm going to chuck it over here. Look. It's funny, the ones that I've seen have been ones that I've spooked. And I really haven't seen followers or chasers or anything. Like, I think because of this lower flow, and they've been chasing and eating and doing all these things because they've had a higher caloric need every day. They don't pass up the opportunity to take in calories. Now it's easier on them. They're just not trying as hard. They don't have to, so they're not. As soon as I say no chaser, I have one chase, and then this one is a good fish. Hit the goat. Ooh, you have friends. Yep, you have friends that are wondering why you didn't share. Is you greedy? You're greedy fish. Interesting. Alright. That's a nice one. You know, the goat is a little more subtle than the jackhammer, or smaller than the 7-inch center jerk shad. And there's a 17 that liked the goat, just swimming along. Yeah, he had a friend, he had a friend swimming along saying, "Give me some of that. I want that. Keep that all yourself." I feel like that fish ate because he had competition. He had a friend there saying, "What you got?" And competition really is probably the best strike trigger you could ask for. Maybe, just maybe, I figured something out here. You know, they should chase. It's an overcast day. There's no reason that these fish shouldn't be chasing. It's like the sunlight is keeping them corralled up in the shady areas. This is the outside bend with a steep bank. It's looking good. Not crazy deep, but good rocky substrate and some good current breaks. Yeah, went back to the 7-inch center jerk shad and just had this beautiful outside bend. Oh, look, you got a friend that wants to steal that from you. not at all surprised. It just, man, they all hear him fighting and are just coming out to, I don't know, they cheering him on or saying, ha ha, you're dumb, you got caught. I don't know. I think it's the latter. Swimming goat. Looks like a retarded crayfish. Swimming where it's easy to eat him. So I've been catching these all along, and you know, it's even getting these is different than the first 3 hours that I was out here. Nothing chasing, nothing, and I don't know if it's this front coming in makes them more willing. I don't know. Something's changed, so I'm glad, because the first 3 hours was tough. So the creek got shallow and wide, and I don't know if that's showing up, but it's sandy. And usually I would say that's not something worth slowing down and fishing. But there's grass beds starting to pop up there, and you know, grass does so much for a fishery. And there's a little one on the grass right there. There's sections of the Juniata that, like, structurally I'd look at and be like, man, there's no reason. There should be a bunch of fish here, a bunch of big ones. But the grass is important, especially when it gets warmer. It gives them shade. Oh gosh, that's a big one. And it gives them somewhere. GoPro, start recording. It gives them somewhere that it basically gives them oxygen and food. You know, there's a lot of minnows and kind of a little bit of everything that hides in that grass. And it's not. Look at that humpback. Humpty hump. All right. Grass. It's transitioning into a very summery summer sort of pattern, which is appropriate. We're getting there. I'm actually trying to pull this guy away from the grass that just caught him in. There's a lot of fish in there. You're on the wrong side to be filmed, fish. What are you doing? Do you like being famous? Famous fish. No, I don't want to be famous. I don't want my 15 minutes. So, another one in the grass. Very good concentration of fish. That one's 16 1/4. Not surprised. It was worth. He's still got all of this black splotches. It's a winter thing, man. Should be getting rid of that by now. Yeah, the grass is productive. Nice one on the goat. Come here, you. Get in here. Right. Alright, nice 17-incher. Yeah. It's turning into an automatic. I like it. Yep. There we go. Drop my pin that says grass bed. Good numbers. May 27th, 2025. Alright. Let's keep getting some grass bed fish. I'm gonna come at it from a different direction. Yep, that was pretty Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Yep. You're a long fish. What are you gonna do, long fish? Fight underneath the kayak? Okay. They all like to hang out under the kayak. It's like they think, all right, there's the safe place to be. Is it really safe? I mean, did it work out for you? I mean, it's about to. You'll be fine. You'll be just fine. So I recognize some islands right there, and I came down just this far within the last 2 weeks I've been here, and it was good to me. I'm headed towards one hole in particular that produced a lot of bigs that I want to pick apart. I was thinking the one right at the beginning of the trip was going to be one of those places that you pick apart. Found another one that was worth it, and learning a little bit more, but there's good water between here and there, so I'm gonna keep chucking the goat, chucking line, see what you find. Yeah, you're good size fish. So I am into the pool that I intended on reaching today. Like, I just entered, and this large fish was here to greet me and say, good, I'm glad you're here, we're gonna have a party. You're the guest of honor. Nice. Alright, swimming the goat. It's got good depth. I see another one right there. It's big. Same spot this guy was in. So nice 17 1/4. Let's see what we got. I might start picking it apart. I've been doing the chuck and wind quite a bit, but as finicky as the big fish have been, I might just 4-inch center jerk shad these fish to death for the next 2 hours. Just do as much finesse damage now that I know I'm in a pool that I really like as possible, because they will eat that. You know, I think mid-sized fish, and a 17 1/4 is a mid-sized fish, what I consider upper end of that, but they'll hit all kinds of stuff. These big ones, I've watched them refuse even the 7-inch center jerk shad. Very few fish can refuse the 4, just because it looks so natural. That's a good one. Good one in the ledges. Can you jump into the net? Or just line in? That works. Yep. Nice. Nice that they hit the goat. Thank you for hitting the goat. Goodbye, goat eater. Like the goat meat? We got to see that eat. He came out of the grass to do a goat roast. Coming back through the area with the grass beds that I marked, and this kind of pool here, this part of the pool, I could see him being in all summer long. It doesn't have a lot of depth. I think it has enough. I think there's enough places in here that are, right now, today, 4.5 feet. That in summer, that's going to be like 2. And that's enough. If they got oxygen and they have 2 feet of water, they're okay. It's where you get no oxygen, no cover, no, nothing to hide behind, or, no riffle to kind of oxygenate the water just by the agitation. That's problematic. There goes one. But yeah, this is off. And he's off. This is the kind of spot I could see hitting in the summer. I would come right to this. Glad I marked it. Oh yeah. GoPro, start recording. Like the grass. You like the grass? I like this thing out of my face to go away. Alright. We'll work on that for you. Always experimenting is good. I wouldn't have guessed. I mean, I guess I did, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rig up regular sized goat. I hadn't done much with him till, to that one trip, and glad I did. Such a great search bait now. It's fun. I got to watch that eat too. The 20 3/4 I got recently was not even 4 pounds, and it just lost a lot of the weight. So I'm just drifting and chucking, and I will tell you, I got the motor up, and this boat is super spinny. Horrible tracking. I don't really care about tracking. Like, if you can paddle, you can figure out tracking. And, it's something, though, that I will need to develop some kind of rudder, and they're going to go in those scupper holes that are on the next prototype that's coming. 2 up front, 2 in the back on those little side channels. And, I think just to help it glide in the same direction that you started moving it. Personally, I want some skegs up front. I do not want them in the back. Because if the wind hits me sideways, I want it to... not a bad one. I want it to push my stern downwind and keep my, keep my bow into the wind. Maybe I do want the motor back on to stop from drifting through here so quick, because I got 2 bites pretty quickly there. So I just drifted over in these ledges, like 4 nice fish, and they all swam out to meet the goat. Didn't get within a foot, got about within a foot of him, and just kind of veered off. So I'm doing the follow-up deal. Because they've seen me, are they gonna not eat the 4-inch sensitive jerk shad? I don't know. Second loop through the grass. Yeah, that fish hooked around my anchor line that was down just a little bit. That was clumsy. It's a good fish, though. It might be big for the day. Beautiful fish. Yep. I think so far what my biggest is 17.5, which is sort of telling that we've been catching so many 18s, 19s, 20s, and in higher flow. In this lower flow, like, this is a significant fish at 17.25. It just... flow gets low, the bite is slow, at least for the bigs. So beautiful. 17.25. Nice looking fish here. friends that are making fun of them. Yep, they're saying you are suckers. You ate the wrong thing. Right, pretty consistent swimming goat bite going on here this early evening. At some point, I'm gonna need to run, get back downstream. A bunch of 17s, a lot of 17-inch fish. You know, we have seen that all throughout. We aren't getting the bigs today though, like the 18 and a half, 19, 20, we're not seeing it. Will it happen? I don't know. The overall numbers are actually down from what it's been. It's been really consistent of catching, you know, in the higher flow, all sizes, including the bigs. But again, it's the lower flow. Lower flow is just, it's a tougher bite. They will eat though. They will eat. Yeah, I told him he would eat. Watch this one, follow it, and looked like he was gonna turn around, and I just killed it. And yeah, that was a fun eat to watch. Very nice fish. Yeah. Super fun to watch him eat it. Nice tall fish. I think you're big for the day. Yep, for sure. Yep, that is big for the day. And he didn't nip at it. He ate it. That was intentional. You definitely chose the goat. Yay! I finally got one over 18. Nice 18 and a quarter. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish here. So I know the bite isn't as good as it's been, but I do love watching him eat. It's so much fun to see him come up behind it, and then you do something. Like I decided, hey, I'm gonna let this thing that it's been chasing, that it's swimming along, let it drop, and that made him eat. That change in direction. That's a long one. Yep, that's a long fish. That is a great looking fish. Pulled down into the ledges a little bit more, and current picked up. Just chucking the goat wherever, throwing it around. In the ledge trenches, this guy, he just jumps right into my net. Took a swim goat. Yeah, another big one. I don't know if I was going to get any big ones today. No disrespect to the 17s, but, you know, finally got 18 and a quarter, and this one is, almost 19, but we're going to say 18 and 3/4 on the swimming goat. Let's let him go. See you later. I like to look at him after I release him and be like, all right, I know he's gone. I know that that's 18 3/4. I think when you see them in the water and you don't have them, you're like, oh, that's a 20. Well, is that just your hope speaking? I don't know. I'm gonna go back into this area. If there was one good one like that, there's probably others. Oh, another one I get to watch to eat. And then he's dancing on top of it. Very good dancer. It's so cool to watch him eat. I tell you one thing that's been different about today, there's a big fish, compared to my more recent trips with higher flow, is I have lots more targets mid-river. For one, I can see it, but also, you know, I think they move out into the mid-river section more. Are they not there at all when it's up? No, I think they can go out there, but it's a lot of work to be mid-river when you got 2-3 more feet of water in this. Got to watch that eat. I did the thing where you kill it, you see him come up to it, and he's looking like he's ready to turn away, and you basically say, no, I'm going to give you a reason to come in, and you drop it. You let it drop right in front of them. They're like, no, I'm not going to let you get away. And, you know, that's been the strike trigger of the day, is killing it. As they're chasing it, I'm about to run into some branches. As they're chasing it, really just following it. It's not aggressive, but it is following it. It's staying like 2 feet behind it, and the goat's moving along, and the fish is right behind it, and then you let it drop, and they jam it. They can't, like, they're okay if it just keeps swimming straight. What they can't handle is, oh, it's gonna hide. Like, it can swim and keep moving, no problem. Hiding on the bottom, unacceptable. Not acceptable. Nice. I'm getting, it's a third one, 18 or better. 18 incher here. Huh. Didn't think I was gonna get a decent total in this low flow, but that's what's happening. So yeah, look for the deeper water, which is a ledge trench. Look for the grass beds, and watch your bait come back, because if one's following and you can kill it right in front of them, wish I figured it out sooner. So I just did the math in my head, and I know that I said that it's been a very slow day compared to what it, has been doing. That's a true statement, but a slow day here is still a 90-inch day. I'm sitting right at 90, and it just speaks to the strength of the fishery. So many good fish in the system. Mid creek ledge eddy. Alright, you can see the foam out the front. He was a little bit higher in that, but this was his spot. Come here. Get that out of your mouth for you. So one thing I'm doing when I fish the ledge trenches is I wait until I'm perpendicular to it, so that when I cast it out there, the majority of the retrieve is in the trench. Line up your cast. Just run the trench. Don't cross it once and bring it up to you. Let it stay in there as long as possible. I've passed where I caught the musky and where that spring creek came in. Got a couple more ledges, one pretty nice deep pool to fish, and then I got a decision to make. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna go past the launch? I still got time. It's 6 o'clock. Still got a couple hours I could fish. Could go beyond. I love being an inflatable. Like, I just get to keep fishing because the stability in this thing is so rock solid. I don't even worry about, oh, I got to pick up the paddle and navigate through this. Nope, I'm good. Just keep casting. Wow, that's a big foam eddy. Huge foam eddy. So this is the deep pool that I came to the section for. In like, I missed a good one in here this morning. First fish. But I've been throwing what's been working everywhere else. Nothing. Like, not a dink. So, I don't know. Maybe depth. Depth can help, but depth is not the whole story. But yeah, this is deep. This is as deep as I've seen on this creek. Anywhere. They're not using it. It's because there's a bunch of musky. As soon as I say that, and I let this thing go to the bottom because I was messing with something else, I get a nice fish to latch on. So that one said, no, we do like deep water. Deep water's good. Deep water, 17er. I literally think I stopped to wipe my nose, and that's why I caught that fish, because it fell. So the goat dropping down is a strike trigger. I mean, you think about it, they see it from this angle going like this, and then all of a sudden they see it whoosh, and it looks, it takes up more room. It's easy. It's this, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it looks like an act of aggression or just an evasive maneuver. I don't know, but I've started mid-retrieve, whether I can see a follow or not. Reel it, pause it. Just like the crankbait and so many other baits, the jackhammer. It's really fun when you see one following it, though, and you make him eat, and he eats, and you set the hook. That's fun. All right, I've made it back to the launch. I'm kind of, with an hour and 40 minutes to go, leaning towards just saying, screw it, let's get out of here. But I'm going to zoom down a little bit and just look and see what's around the next bend. It definitely got very wide in, 2 feet deep, pretty much across the whole thing. I don't know, it's good habitat. Yep, that was the drop. I missed one a second ago that just had the line go slack because he ran at me. So, yeah, go back in there, take a couple more casts on it. Oh, watched you eat. You just ate though. You didn't give me the chance to like do the drop for you. You're just like, I don't need it dropped. I'm getting it anyways. So we've gotten into a nice little set of ledges and trenches down here. Caught a couple good fish on. No grass. I keep looking for grass. I figure Man, if I can find that again, that's gonna be, well, there's a lot of fish. Already retied twice on this, mostly because this is the third retie, because it's all I've been throwing. Like, at some point during the day, I stopped throwing everything else. I've caught a decent number of fish, and this 10-pound fluoro takes a beating. Oh my God. Oh, I just lost a really big fish. Oh, I got to see you too. You were over 20. Huh. Oh. Oh no. So I spotted one. Like, I'm looking at him like, yeah, you're 18 and a half, 19, and I'm like chucking the other way, and it just loads up. I don't know how I lose them, but that fish was 20 plus. Even though I didn't catch him, I'm marking a waypoint because I haven't seen much coming down through here, and I just saw a big there. It's been worth running down this way. So I first fished this creek coming up on 23 years ago, and I didn't touch it for another 5, and then I did it a bunch for a year and a half, and then have largely left it alone. I think I have 1 or 2 trips in the past 5 years up until, taking 3 or 4 trips on it this year, along with other creeks up and down the watershed. And as we move into summer, I will tell you what I remember of the patterns. These ledges and trenches is part of it, and you'll be drifting along and just, you have to sight fish and cast to the trench because they're down in it. They're just laying in there, and it doesn't have to be much of a depression for them to be in it. But the other one is Perma-wood, permanent wood that has basically become part of the bank. That gives them the shade, and it's usually scours out underneath it, so it's a little bit deeper. A lot of this is just a sandy bottom. Yeah, there's bedrock, there's ledgy stuff, but there's still a lot of sand. And where that perma-wood is, that sand just kind of scrubs out and just gets a little bit deeper, gives them the shade that they want. And we're talking about when it's where I'm scraping through this, where it's 2 feet deep here, it's like 4 inches deep. And shade matters a lot. So do the springs. If you can remember where the spring creeks are, you're probably going to run into some muskies, but the smallmouth enjoy the coolness of the springs as well. In the same section of the pool where I just lost that big one, and I got this one who's decent fish. Not, you're not 18 or anything, but it's a good fish. It speaks to there being a concentration, which is good to see. They keep coming on the wrong side, but more fish in this little, it is a bend, it is a river bend. It's not crazy deep, but it has one trench that is wide and deep at the beginning, and then it flattens out into a lot of 3-foot deep water. Another one in this area. I've glued this guy on I don't know how many times. I think I'm just gonna retire. I think the head is still good. It's still sticky. It's not quite swimming the same. It's got a couple breaks. Like, it's still serviceable, but I'll get a new one. Put a new goat on. So this one for sure had well over 200 fish. There's a brand new one. I will go ahead and trim it. I just like to shorten it a little bit, and it'll be good for another 200, maybe even 300 fish. The hook is something I made myself with the Do It mold. It's the Owner 5318 sticky hook. Good hook all the way around, but I am gonna glue this up there because I got no hook keeper. Just smush it into that glue. Hold it up there for, I don't know, a minute. It'll be good to go. Catch a couple hundred more fish. I love elastic. I do like to split these. Get them free flapping. Definitely have to pour more of these these heads when I get home. That's a big. Yeah, that's a very big. Quite large. Let me keep you buttoned. In the same general vicinity as the one I lost. This one isn't as big, but it's big. It's a goat. Nice. All right. I am glad that I kept going downstream beyond the takeout to just see, all right, what else is down here? It's happened that, you know, we're getting into pockets where you see the bigs, and then big areas, you know, long stretches where you don't. And I got another one that, you know, yes, oh yeah, can I get you to go 18 3/4? Yes, I can. 18 3/4. So nice. All right, I'm glad I came down here. I'm gonna go ahead and release this, mark that waypoint, keep fishing a little bit more. I mean, I got 45 minutes. And I got about a mile and a half to get back up. Yeah, good find. Another concentration of bigs. All right, that's an 1.25 inch upgrade, 91.25. More importantly, found another big fish pool. Let's let this guy go. Sometimes it doesn't have to make sense structurally to the angler. Why are they here? It's wide, it's not particularly deep, it's got beautiful rock striation all over the bottom. Whatever, they're here. I really don't think I would look at this on Google Maps and think, hey, there's something special there. Like, they're here though, and it takes just being here, straining water, getting those reactions, catching a couple fish, looking down there, seeing who's following. Yeah, that's a little bit. There's all sizes, but this is the first pull since the launch that I've seen. Bigs. Running at me, running at me, running at me. Ooh. Oh, you want to hop on the front of the boat. That's cool. So we got a big fish on the big wood with shade. Not that we need the shade. Alright, I just had another big fish encounter in the same section. We also have the rain coming in. By the way, the big fish encounter, as he came up, he took it in his mouth and then let go of it, like as I was retrieving it. Like there was, I swung on him, and all it did was, as soon as he opened his mouth, it came flying up. Anyhow, yeah, I think this rain front is catching up with us, so I'm gonna get my rain gear on and a couple more casts, and then we gotta make some traps. Oh, that's a part I hadn't worked yet. Let me pull you away. Get on that wood. Good pool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave active fish chewing in this pool. I don't want to. But, you know, even though I don't have to get up and over any major ledges, I don't want to run, I don't know, a mile and a half totally in the dark. Yeah, they're definitely loaded up on that log jam right there. That's the third one I've pulled out away from it. It's funny, I talked about how I don't like wood-caused eddies when it's higher, but once it gets down, they absolutely use the wood. The big wood, Perma-wood. It becomes a fish magnet. That one's on the backside, still on the wood. Alright, time to get up. So it's time to do a wrap up. You know, lower flow gives you fewer opportunities to power fish effectively. The extra stain really helps conceal your approach. They don't really scrutinize the bait nearly as much as they do when it's clear. And this isn't totally clear. I'm going to take a few more casts here. I'm still connected to that pool, but it does come down to finding concentrations of good fish, and especially when it gets lower, they do concentrate in certain places. And this bait right here was a really good search bait for me, the goat. In partway into really just going all in on the goat, I realized, hey, if I pause it, because I had a lot of fish just coming up behind it and following it, if I'm swimming it along and then let it drop, that's a great strike trigger. Really helped some of the better ones decide, yeah, I better eat it. So went back to, you know, a pool that I had just barely come down to, and had been catching good fish on a previous recent trip, and really just only barely got that far. Turned around and like left it right before I got to the good part, and really confirmed, hey, that is a very good pocket of fish for this time of year. And went through a whole lot more coming back down that just really wasn't that productive, unless you want to catch some musky, which was cool. It was cool to catch a musky today on top water, no less. It was a big blow up. It was fun, but I'm glad that I stuck with you know, just going down beyond the launch and said, I'm hungry for more like find another good pocket of fish. And they're not here year round, but they are here in decent numbers, not springtime numbers, but good numbers of some big fish all the way until, I'm going to tell you, third week of September. Then they clear out. Then these Susquehanna fish that are in the creek are not interested in wintering here at all. I know, I've tried. Like 17 years ago, I tried to figure out where's the winter hole. There aren't any. Yeah, there are. Down in the river. That's where the winter hole is. Anyhow, 91 1/4 inches. Pretty much. No, it was. It wasn't pretty much. It was entirely on the shoulders of the goat.